Hey guys, how are you? It's Robin Link here. Give me just a half a second. I was all posting all over the place that I was going live at 8:30, and then all of a sudden 8:30 happened, and I wasn't quite ready. Okay. Alright, so good. We got a good camera angle, right? I think. Am I straight, mostly? Ooh, that's fun. All right. That's it. I'm not going nuts. Okay. How are you? How is everybody? I'm so excited to be here. I'm a little wired today, for sure. So I apologize for that, but I'm going to do my best to keep things on track. I'm just turning my computer around, and give me a half a second, and I won't waste any more of your precious time. I just want to make sure that this is showing up in the group, and it is. Awesome. Angel's ringing his bell. He's just going to have to wait. Okay, so let's get started with your energy forecast for 11/23/2016 to 11/29/2016. So as you can see while I'm shuffling the cards, I set up a different camera thing, so you have something else to look at besides my backwards R and a blank wall. I just think this is prettier, and then see, this is just one of the little areas in my office, one of the other little areas with my flying pig book holders. And if you saw last night's video in the group, you heard more about flying pigs than you ever wanted to hear about. All right, so let me just get these cards out here. And the first card totally makes sense. I think it might even be the same card we had last week for the first card. But we will see. What else do we need to know? Oh, I like this reading so far. I bet you'd like to know what the reading is. You will in just a minute. In just a minute. Nice. Do I want to end it there? It's so funny. Hey Rob, how are you? It's so funny. I want to end it on this card because it's a really good card, but that's not where it's ending. Nice. Okay. Awesome. This is really, really awesome. So the first card is really no surprise to me, given that tomorrow is Thanksgiving in the United States, and that everybody has been focused on gratitude this month. You know, the month of November is all about gratitude. It's the beginning of the holiday season, and so it's all about being grateful, right? But within the grateful, the first card that we got, and I know it's going to show backwards, but I'm going to do it anyway, is the Angel of Giving and Receiving. So the last time that we had this card, this was really specifically focusing on giving to you, and putting you first, and really being able to remember that you count, that you matter, that if you don't start helping you first, then you aren't going to have anything left for anybody else. You can't find me, Ebeth? How can you not? I don't understand that you can't find me if you're posting on here. So you need to explain that to me. So anyway, this is what happens when I start reading the the comments. So anyway, so it starts with giving to yourself, right? But now here's the other piece of that puzzle, okay? It's also about giving when you feel like you don't have anything to give. Now, I'm not talking about when you are just energetically so exhausted and all you're doing is giving to the people who just suck your soul, right? From the people who don't appreciate you, and even from the organizations and the causes that don't really appreciate you, okay? What I'm talking about is giving, hey Barb, is giving from that other place, giving from the space of just smiling at somebody as you hold the door open for them, right? Just making somebody's day. One thing that David and I do, and it's so funny, but if you guys try it, and Rob and whatever other men, you know, try this too, I promise you, you will make a woman smile, and you don't have to worry about it sounding flirty, okay? So one of the things that David and I do is when we notice like a waitress or a bank teller or anybody who is serving us, if they have their nails done up, right? So like me, I need a manicure, but I got, you know, my gold sparkles, right? You know, but some people, they get really, really crazy with their nails, okay? And they're different oftentimes. So one thing that David and I do is when we notice that is we'll go, oh man, cool nails. I can't even tell you how often people, women smile. They light up. It's so funny how much they light up and how seen they feel and how it makes their day just by complimenting them on their manicures. And like I said, it's something that even guys can do in terms of complimenting women without worrying about making them feel objectified and making them feel like you're coming on to them. You know, at worst they're going to think you're gay. It doesn't matter because they feel safe, right? And it's different than telling somebody that you like a certain article of clothing and stuff like that. Something else that also works is when you see people who have like the really funky hair, like if they have the strip of the crazy color or something like that going on. If you say, oh man, I love your hair color, right? That too, it's a safe compliment that you can give to women. And right now, in these days, with so many women feeling unsafe and men not knowing how to support them, these are ways of giving where everybody feels safe, nobody feels objectified, and all is happy in the world. So this is one way of you being able to give. And in doing so, you are going to receive as well, because these are compliments that can be received. Even if the person you're saying goes, oh my God, I need a manicure, but oh, thank you. I'm telling you, do it. You'll be so surprised and how good you make somebody else feel and how good you feel. And that's the kind of giving that truly allows you to give without feeling drained, and it allows you to receive because they were able to receive you and your compliment, all right? Just like holding the door open for somebody. And I want to tell you a story in terms of giving as well. And, you know, like I said, that's the first card, giving and receiving. So I want to share with you this story. This isn't something that happened to me. I heard about this not long ago. There was somebody he was out with his family in at IHOP or something like that, right? And so there was this young boy and his mom were sitting at the table behind them. And now this guy is military, okay? So, you know, he's got a certain set of standards that a lot of people don't have anymore, but he's got high standards. So he's listening to the boy and the mom, and the boy is ordering his pancakes are at IHOP, right? And he's ordering his pancakes and yes ma'am and no thank you, and he's happy, but he's polite, he's using his manners, he's so well behaved, and he's happy, and he's jovial. And the waitress is harassed, right? She's harried, she's busy, she doesn't notice how present this little boy is being with her. Well, on top of all that, turns out it's his birthday, and he's like, ma'am, do I get free pancakes on my birthday? And she's like, oh, I don't know, I have to check into it. And he's like, okay, well, thank you very much for looking into it, because today's my birthday. I'm 5, right? And she's just totally, so now this is just warming the other guy's heart, warming the other diner's heart, and breaking it at the same time, because the kid's not going, but it's my birthday. He's just being cool, he's being mature, more mature than most adults that we all know, right? Anyway, P.S., making a really long story short, or I'm going to try to do that because you know how I am with that. The guy turns around, the other diner turns around, and he goes over to the waitress and he says, did you ever find out if that boy's, meal was free or not? No, I didn't have the time. He goes, you know what? He said, here, and he handed her like, I don't know, $30, $40, whatever the heck it was. He says, let me pay for the mom, let me pay for the boy, and the rest is for you, and thank you so much. I don't want him to be disappointed, and I can see how busy you are. And the waitress is like, oh my God, that's so generous, let me go tell them. And he's like, no. I don't need them to know. I just want to give this to them. He really made an impression on me, and he made my day, so I just want to pay it forward and make their day as well. Oh my God, right? Like, how beautiful is that? So of course the waitress tells the mom and the kid, what this family did. And the mother comes running out to the guy, and I'm going to start crying. And she's thanking him profusely. She's like, you have no idea what my son has gone through this past year. He's got a brain tumor, and he's not going to live. And he decided that he, wanted to be kind and live out the rest of his life being kind and happy. And this is what he does. And to have this validated by a complete stranger, you have no idea of the gift that you gave us. Right? And, this didn't happen to me, and I'm still crying. And the guy telling the story is crying. And he just, he just said to the little boy again, he said, I want you to understand something. He says, I'm an officer in blah, 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 whatever military thing. He said, and you showed such honor today. And I want to commend you on how well behaved, on how much you light up everybody's life, on how much honor you live with and you are exuding, and how courageous you are. You have more of that in you than most soldiers I know. So thank you for that. That is the power of words. That is the power of giving from a space of giving just to give. That's the kind of giving that does not drain you. That's the kind of giving that fills you up. That's the kind of giving that will give back to you a millionfold. And it doesn't require a penny. He didn't even have to pay for that kid's meal. Because I can guarantee you, had he just turned around and complimented that kid, it would have made a huge impact on his mom and on him. Please do not negate the value of your words. Do not negate your value as a human being. You have the power to make somebody's day, and you have the power to break somebody with your words. You all will experience moments of feeling powerless. Remember the power of your words. When they are spoken truly and deeply from the heart, from the space of just being a kind, decent, loving human being, not from the space of trying to make somebody feel better. Because the minute you do that, people feel it and they don't believe it. So speak from your heart, speak from your soul, and you will live a life filled with meaning. Get into the space of gratitude. When you do your morning gratitudes, nobody here is unfamiliar with the power of gratitude. But when you do your gratitudes, if you speak from that space in your soul, just for the fact that you freaking have air, breath in your body, and you woke up today, even if you know it's going to be the shittiest day ever, you find something to be deeply and powerfully grateful for. And you do that every single day, and you will absolutely, positively start living a life of meaning. Because that is what we all want. We don't want the stuff. Yes, I love all my pretty stuff. I love my pigs. I love my shinies, right? I love all of that. But what I love more is having an impact on you. What I love more is knowing that by standing up and getting up and coming into this space once a week and sharing inspiring messages and motivational tools and other techniques that will help make your life better, that is what lights me up. That helps me feel like I'm living a meaningful life, like I'm having a positive impact on society, like I'm a contribution to this world. And you know what? The people who show up, the people who watch this video, you return that to me. Simply by being you, simply by being here and watching. So please understand the power that you have, your words, your gratitude, your actions, just by being you. Not even trying to do anything else. You're welcome, Rob. Thank you for being here. Just for you being you. Stop trying. Stop trying to heal. Stop trying to be different. That's the shit that gets you in trouble. That's the shit that puts you in judgment of yourself. Because you're trying to be different. Learn who you are. Be your best friend. Ask yourself, what do you like? What's your favorite color? What do you want to do today? How do you want to feel today? How do you want to experience life today? And then shut up and allow yourself to hear the voice within as it answers you. And you may not hear it the first time, you may not hear it the first 10 times, you may not hear it the first 100 times, because that voice within you, so often there's so much that it has to say, but it has been ignored for so many years that it's afraid to speak up. It's afraid to talk to you. It's afraid to tell you what it wants, what it needs, what it desires. Because it's been ignored for so freaking long. So giving and receiving give you the gift of being you. Give you the gift of hearing yourself. Give you the gift of being able to receive those messages. Give yourself the gift of being able to receive your power and compliments. Compliment yourself. Compliment yourself. That's not puffing yourself up. That's not turning into some cocky bastard. That's saying, hey, I like the way your hair came out today. Hey, that color looks good on you. Hey, look at the way you did that room. I like the way the colors of the pictures and the flowers look on camera. You did that. Great job. You can say that to yourself. If you want to hear that stuff, you need to start saying it to you first. Which leads me to the second card, which is intuition. And what did I say to you? Start asking yourself those questions and then shut up. Seriously. How often do we sit there and we say, okay, universe, okay, higher self, okay, God, okay, angels, I'm having this problem. I don't know how to solve it. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't hear an answer. What do I do? What do I do? I still don't hear you. Oh my God. When are you going to answer? I asked you a question. When are you going to answer? And my response is, when are you going to shut the hell up and give that voice a space to respond? And keep doing it. Keep doing it. If you don't hear it, do it again. Not in 5 minutes from now, but the next day. Have a conversation with that voice. Higher self, inner self, God, angels, universe. I know I've been asking you a shitload of questions. I know I've been begging you to answer my prayers. I know you've been asking I've been asking you to bring me more money, more friends, more love, more confidence. And I'm sorry that I haven't been quiet long enough for you to answer. Now, I'm still learning to do it, but I'm willing to hear. So you and me together, we're going to create a new relationship. We're going to learn how to trust each other. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask for your help. And then I'm going to give you the space to answer me. And if the answer doesn't show up in 5 minutes, that's okay. I'll just ask again the next day. Hey, Dominique. And that's okay. Because I'm learning how to hear you. And you're learning how to trust me. And we're in this together. And it's about time I remembered that. That's what you do, people. And that, my friends, is how you create the miracles that are going to show up this week. Okay? So Dominique, I know you just popped on. You're going to want to come back to the beginning of this because I preached way early and I know you need to hear it. And finally, during this time of holiday season, we got family coming up, right? Family, love them or leave them. You know? They're your family, you're supposed to love them. That's what they say. Well, you can love them, you don't need to like them. Just because they're your family, it doesn't mean that they're always right. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Thank you. Just because they're your family, it doesn't mean that they're right about you. Because they are human, just like you are. And guess what? Just because they're your family or you're their family doesn't mean you're right about them. Because number one, they've got wounds that you don't know about. They've got thoughts that you don't know about. They have experiences that you don't know about. You have no idea. You haven't walked in their shoes. So just like they haven't walked in your shoes, you need to remember that you haven't walked in theirs. So how dare they judge you, and how dare you judge them? Right? Now, I am not saying, you know that I am not saying that it's okay for them to treat you like a doormat. And I even have a tool for that, for you to use and answer. Right? Communication, yeah, Rob, it can be very healing if they're willing to communicate, right? And if you're willing to communicate. And if they're not, that's okay. That's okay. You meet them where they are. You understand that this is where they are. You understand, you know, my dad, God bless him. I know he loves me, but man, one minute he's lifting me up and the next minute he's judging the shit out of me. And he doesn't see it that way, right? He doesn't see it that way at all. He sees the judgment that he sees what I receive as judgment as being helpful because he loves me and because he thinks he knows better. And you know what? Guess what? We have all been guilty of this with our family and with our friends and with complete strangers. And we've done it on Facebook. Hey, Kim. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't even know you were there. So I don't know who's here. So these we don't always hear how things are met because we hear things through our filters. And other people don't hear how we mean things because it's heard through their filters. But the other thing is, you got to think about this. All of us are healers here, so we're really, really big on giving unsolicited advice. All right? I've actually gotten to the point where if I'm communicating with somebody, especially on Facebook or email, I'm like, okay, here's your warning. I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice. If you don't want it, it was great talking to you. Close the email here and you don't have to read it. And then, and what that does is it allows me that, oh my God, I've got to say this to get out. But I'm giving them the choice to hear it or not. Okay? It's a little more difficult to do when you're speaking to your family or you're just speaking, you know, in person. But you want to practice. You know, I get a feeling. It's like all of a sudden something bubbles up in me and it wants to go. So when I feel that feeling, I'm like, okay, wait, I got to step back. I got to step back. And then I have thoughts on that. Would you like to hear them? Right? And if they don't want to hear it, I got to push it back down. And maybe I'll go speak it later on by myself because the words are bubbling up and out, or maybe it'll turn into a blog or something, or maybe I'll just journal it, okay, just to get the words out. But it's about honoring the other person the way that you want to be honored. Honoring their wishes the way you want your wishes honored. Right? Now, back to, you know, if somebody is just going to sit there and judge and blah, 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 and da-da-da, and, you know, and doing all that, especially in family, just talking shit to you. And in some cases, it's in other relationships. In some cases, it's friendships and whatever. It depends on where you are in your journey. And in some cases, it's you speaking to you that way. Oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. Really? Let me tell you, when I go into the office and the girls start talking like that, I don't let them do it. There's this phrase, I work in a real estate office a couple days a week, and so there's this phrase for when the real estate agent is on floor. They call it a flow hoe. So I won't let them call themselves flow hoe. Like, it's funny, it's fun, but when they say it, there's such an energy attached to it. I'm like, no, you are the floor goddess. And if it's a guy, which we haven't had one on the floor lately, he's a floor god, you know? And it's so funny because they laugh and they make fun of me, and it's like, oh, Robin's here, I can't say flow ho. I am the floor goddess today. Well, guess what? Just that joke, just fooling around, that lifted their vibration. Lifted their vibration. Go ahead, live from the energy of floor goddess. Because now you get to pick who you're going to work with instead of flow ho, where you're being pimped out and you don't have any choices. Right? Back to what I was going to tell you. When those words start flowing through your head, when those judgments start happening, the best answer in the world is, I'm sorry you feel that way. Boom. Do not fight it. Do not explain yourself. Do not tell them why they are wrong, because all that's going to do is engage them. And you know what? It's not going to freaking change their minds. It's not. Not. I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'll tell you what. For that little human inside of you that wants to give a little they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. I remember the first time I used that. My father was screaming his head off at me. This was years ago when we went through such a really bad time in our relationship, a really bad time. And I pissed him off, and he's screaming his head off, and he got really nasty. And that's just the place that he goes when he doesn't know what else to do. We all go there at one point or another when we feel threatened, right? And instead of screaming and yelling back, I decided to put a stop to it. And instead of hanging up on him, I completely changed my energy. And I took a deep breath. And I said, you know what, Dad? I'm sorry you feel that way. You fucking better believe I feel that way, goddammit, and blah, 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 blah. I hear you, and I'm sorry you feel that way. And blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry you feel that way. And blah. I'm sorry you feel that way. And he stopped. It works every time. If you use no other tool, use that one. Anytime somebody is attacking you, anytime somebody is talking down about you and to you. Because you know what happens? You're being truthful. You're being honest. You are sorry they feel that way. You're sorry they feel that way because they're making you feel like a piece of shit. Because they're being sons of bitches. Because these are the people who are supposed to know, like, love, and respect you. And they're talking to you like you're a fucking piece of crap. So you are sorry that you feel that way. That they feel that way. And that's okay. I'm sorry you feel that way. Use it this week. Use it this week. All right. That's it, people. Let me just tell you a couple of things I got going on. I have opened up my once-a-year readings. So I don't do this often. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing it for. I don't know how often I'm going to have the window open for, but if you want a reading, and readings with me are a little bit different, you can read all about that at www.robinlink.com/readings. I'm not posting that link publicly yet. Only the people who watch the whole video through to the end right now will have that link, and that includes my mailing list. I'll probably make it public next week, but you guys who sat here, who took the time to listen to this, I want to reward you and get you in there quicker. So you're the first to know that I do have the readings open this week, and I'd really, really love to help you create your life. Okay? The other thing I have going on is starting Monday, be a money magnet. Learn your strengths, learn your money blind spots, and get 7 surefire ways to manifest money and really anything that you want faster. We meet online once a week for 4 weeks, every month. What is it? For the next 4 Mondays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The link for that, even though it's Be a Money Magnet class, you're going to see the link in the video, at the heading of this video, and it says something about divine prosperity. I changed the name of it in the middle, and I didn't change the link. So, was there anything else? No, that's it. That is it. I will later on today post also, I'll edit the top of this. I'll post the YouTube link to this, which is a shareable link. And I would love for you guys to take that link and share it outside the group, or invite friends into the group. All right? Let's grow this a little more. This is for you. Let's get a little more interactive. I can't do it all myself, right? So that is it, everybody. Giving and receiving, intuition, inspiration. I didn't even talk about inspiration. Well, you got that already. Miracles and family. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, doesn't matter. I'm grateful for you. See y'all, guys. Love you. Bye.